Good morning, everyone. So, you already know that we are studying the chapter Shivaji's childhood. We studied about where Shivaji was born and what his childhood was like, the teachings of Jijabai. We also learnt about what was Shivaji's behavior with the poor families around him and the things that he learned as a child. We also last week we also studied about how Shahaji Raje, who came back to Nizam Shah, left Nizam Shahi because of the killing of Lakhuji Rao Jadhav in Nizam Shah's court, and then he started working for the Mughals. But the Mughals had secretly, Fateh Khan had secretly joined hands with the Mughals to completely take over Nizam Shahi, because of which the Mughals gave Fateh Khan a land which was under Shahaji Raje's rule, and this made Shahaji Raje very angry, and he decided to leave the Mughals and teach the Mughals a lesson that they'll remember. Now, after leaving the Mughals, Shahaji Raje decided to start a new Nizam Shahi. He founded a new Nizam Shahi. So, we are going to read about it today. Founding of a new Nizam Shahi. In order to forestall the Mughal emperor. Now here, this word forestall, I don't know what it means, so I'm going to underline it, and here I am going to write the word. The meaning of the word forestall is to prevent or to stop. So I've written down the meaning so it's easy for me to understand what I'm reading. In order to forestall the Mughal emperor and Wazir Fateh Khan, Shahaji Raje found out a child heir from the Nizam's family, and on the court of Pemgiri near Junar declared him as the new Nizam Shah. Thus, he established an altogether new kingdom which included the territory between the rivers Godavari and Neera. Shahaji Raje fought vigorously to protect this new state. Initially, Adil Shah was him in these efforts. So, in order to teach the Mughal emperors a lesson, Shahaji Raje decided to start a new Nizam Shahi. And he wanted to stop Mughal emperor and Fateh Khan, who were trying to completely take over Nizam Shahi. He found out a child who belonged to Nizam's family and who was also the descendant. Like he was the child of one of the member of the Nizam's family. So he, with the help of that child, he declared a new Nizam Shah at the fort of Pemgiri near Junar. So on this fort he declared a new Nizam Shah, and he also fought very vigorously to protect the state. So he did everything, and he fought really hard to protect this new state. And Adil Shah was helping him in protecting this new Nizam Shahi. But later, the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan himself marched down south upon Shahaji Raje and threatened Adil Shah. Adil Shah then signed a treaty of friendship with him against Shahaji Raje. So Adil Shah was helping Shahaji Raje in protecting the new Nizam Shahi, but the Mughal Emperor who wanted to take over the entire Nizam Shah, he himself came down to meet Adil Shah, and he threatened him. He gave him threats that if he does not sign a treaty or if he does not give up. But later, the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan himself marched down south upon Shahaji Raje and threatened Adil Shah. Adil Shah then signed a treaty of friendship with him against Shahaji Raje. Shahaji Raje now began to fight the joint forces of Mughals and Adil Shah using guerrilla tactics, but he could not sustain the war all by himself. In 1636, unwillingly, he signed a treaty of peace with Mughals. He could not create his own kingdom as the times were not favorable for him. But his daring spirit kindled a confidence among the Marathi people. This proved useful for Shivaji in establishing Swaraj a few years later. Adil Shah, who was helping Shahaji Raje to protect this new Nizam Shahi that Shahaji Raje had started, had to sign a treaty of friendship with Shah Jahan because Shah Jahan himself had come down to meet Adil Shah and he gave him a warning. So because of which Adil Shah had to go against Shahaji Raje and sign a friendship contract with the Mughal emperor. Now Shahaji Raje was alone, who was fighting Mughals and Adil Shah using guerrilla tactics. Now guerrilla tactics are basically different strategies that you used against your enemy. For example, if the enemy is walking and I'll just draw it for you. So let's say that the enemies are walking and there's a tree here. So in order to defeat them, I will stand behind the tree and try to attack them when they're not looking. So that's called an ambush, which is one of the tactics that people use under guerrilla tactics. You could also say that when somebody is about to go to war and you come in a night before and you hide all their weapons, that is also a guerrilla tactic. So Shahaji Raje was fighting against the Mughals and Adil Shah using all these tactics, and he could not fight the war by himself. Because of that, he signed a treaty of peace. He signed a contract of peace with the Mughals, and he could not create his own kingdom because all the things were going against him at that point of time. But even though he had to sign a contract of friendship, he had to sign a contract of peace with the Mughals, even though with his spirit, like with his daring spirit, and looking at how he fought to protect the Nizam Shahi, looking at that, the Marathi people started getting a little confidence, and because of this, it helped Shivaji Raje in establishing Swaraj a few years later. So after Shahaji Raje signed the contract of peace, what happened with Nizam Shahi is that the Mughal emperor and Adil Shah distributed and divided the territory amongst themselves. And Shahaji Raje's Jagir, which was in Pune and Supe, was given under Adil Shah's share. So Adil Shah got Shahaji Raje's Jagir, and what Adil Shah did was he gave it to Shahaji Raje again on his behalf. So because of that, Shahaji Raje again joined Adil Shah's service. Adil Shah assigned to him the task of conquering the territories in distant Karnataka, far away from Pune. Some after the departure of Shahaji Raje to Karnataka, Jijabai and Shivaji also joined him there. So after Shahaji Raje decided that he will start working for Adil Shah gave him the work of going to the south and to take control of all the places in the south. And because of which Jijabai and Shivaji also joined Shahaji Raje and they went to Karnataka. And Shivaji's childhood in Maharashtra was very difficult because he and Jijabai had to move from one fort to the other, and Shivaji was very young at that point of time, and he had heard many stories about how his father was really brave. So when Jijabai and Shivaji came to Karnataka, they found peace there. So they kind of had settled in there, and after they came to Karnataka, Shahaji Raje had taken over many areas, and he had defeated many kings, because of which Adil Shah gave him the Jagir of Bangalore. So Shahaji Raje then made the city of Bangalore his headquarters, and they started living there.